ABC 10 News at 7 starts now.
Tijuana is turning into a destination hotspot for vaccine seekers. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson. Kimberly Hunt has the night off. As our ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner explains, people from other parts of Mexico who can't get the vaccine are rushing to the border.
Tijuana now getting flooded with vaccine tourists from other parts of Mexico. Officials are reporting that travelers are flying in, hoping to get the shot after the U.S. shipped more than 1 million Johnson & Johnson doses to border cities, including Tijuana. On Friday afternoon, ABC 10 News spoke to the state of Baja's medical tourism department about the vaccine seekers.
They come one night, they spend one night, and the following day they go to the vaccine. They bought a package tour in which they include transportation, maybe a couple of meals, and the vaccine.
The head of tourism in Tijuana told the Border Report that 300 people are arriving daily. The airlines have been packed with passengers, mostly from the interior of Mexico.
Mainly the center of Mexico. From flights departing from mainly Mexico City, Puebla.
Officials told ABC 10 News that the vaccine tourism in Tijuana is fueled by people who cannot yet access the vaccine in their home cities. Mexican officials are trying to increase the vaccination rate quickly, in part to reopen the border, which is still closed to non-essential travel until late July. Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
And the county reported another 104 new cases today, while our test positivity rate ticked up to 1.3%. Also, one more San Diegan has lost their life to COVID, bringing our total a little closer to 3,800. A beloved North County event is coming back for the 4th of July, but not quite the same as it was before the pandemic. Our ABC 10 News reporter Jeff Lasky shows us how different community groups came together to help each other rebound and throw a 4th of July party.
In Rancho Bernardo, the 4th of July is a really big deal.
We love celebrating the country's birth, and I love fireworks.
Lynn Ewing is part of a group called Spirit of the 4th. They've helped make sure Rancho Bernardo would have an Independence Day fireworks show for more than 50 years. Until the spring, they had no idea if they'd have to cancel for a second year in a row.
Every month we would look at the vaccination progress, what tier we were in, and try and figure out how to do this.
Eventually, they decided to go for it, if they could quickly raise the $60,000 needed to put on the show at Bernardo Heights Middle School. Because of the pandemic, they didn't get the money they'd normally get from the city or county, but community members stepped up to donate, even some who said they wouldn't actually be able to attend the fireworks show.
It gives me chills to think that people would actually do that, and it's just an awesome feeling.
They still didn't have enough time to put together the parade and other events that would normally lead up to the fireworks. But in a true show of community support, other groups stepped in.
It's not just Independence Day. This is independence from the pandemic.
The Rancho Bernardo Community Council and Parks and Rec Board teamed up and offered to plan a parade and carnival. Because they could use a park instead of closing a street, they didn't have to go through quite so many permit hoops and could put it all together in just a few weeks.
We just want to give it an old-fashioned feel, like a neighborhood thing, like when you get together with all the people on your street.
Ultimately, it's that community cooperation that will give Independence Day weekend in Rancho Bernardo the true spirit of the 4th. In Rancho Bernardo, Jeff Lasky, ABC 10 News.
And that parade and carnival will take place the morning of Saturday, July 3rd at Rancho Bernardo Community Park. The fireworks show at Bernardo Heights Middle School will be Sunday, July 4th at 9 p.m. We have an entire section on our website devoted to the way that San Diegans are bouncing back from the pandemic. Just go to 10news.com/rebound. San Diego police officers and firefighters are set to get raises next week. Today, Mayor Todd Gloria announced that he has reached a tentative deal with the unions representing both departments. If approved by the council, police officers would get a 3.2% raise, while firefighters would get a 2.5% pay hike. A police union leader says the raise should help retain officers.
We just need to keep competitive like any other job. I never want to get to the point again where our officers can get a $1,000 a month raise by changing the color of their uniform.
The two deals will cost about $10 million over the next year. The city council is set to vote on both agreements next Tuesday. And reaction is pouring in right now following the sentencing of Derek Chauvin. Today, the former Minneapolis police officer was sentenced to 22.5 years in prison for killing George Floyd, but he could be eligible for parole in just 15 years. Our ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is in Escondido, where some community activists say this is not enough.
Community activists say this sentencing should be the start in holding more people accountable that abuse their power.
We see that, oh, that feels good, but it still doesn't feel justified. It doesn't feel like it's enough.
Yusuf Miller with the North County Equity and Justice Coalition was here outside of Escondido City Hall last year, protesting after the death of George Floyd.
I think it was the will of the people, that exposure from every corner of America, every part of the world, that really drew together the morality that needed to be involved in the Chauvin case.
He believes those protests and people uniting to demand action led to Friday's sentencing of Derek Chauvin, but says it's still not enough.
The 22 and a half years, and I'm just telling you from a personal experience, it doesn't feel like it really met the mark.
Miller says he hopes the sentencing will set a precedent for how in-custody deaths should be handled and that there will be more police reform across the country and here in San Diego County.
There's a lot of overhaul that needs to be done and accountability for officers who break that law. We need people fired, decertified, and arrested and sentenced, just like we see in this case here.
The president of the NAACP San Diego branch released a statement Friday saying in part, "We look forward to the much-needed passing of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. We look forward to bringing widespread accountability to officers who abuse their power to drive changes to policy and practice in the direction of justice." Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
We now have the names of the people involved in that murder of a mother in Barrio Logan. Police say that 64-year-old Francisca Agundez was found dead in the bathroom by one of her sons yesterday. This was at an apartment on Boston Avenue. Another son, 30-year-old Marco Agundez, was arrested. Investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what happened, but anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. And the search continues tonight for the person who shot and robbed a man in Hillcrest. It happened early this morning on 6th Avenue near Pennsylvania. Police say the victim was just walking down the street when the robber approached, pulled a gun, and demanded money. Although the man did so, police say the thief shot him in the knee and just took off. That man, identified on GoFundMe as Jack Castillo, was taken to Scripps Mercy with leg injuries. Police say they don't have a solid suspect description of the shooter. And this weekend, family and friends will continue their search for missing Chula Vista mother Maya Miliete, and they're asking for you to join them. Maya has now been missing for 6 months. There will be a team search tomorrow at 7 in Chula Vista, and there will also be a prayer walk for Maya on Sunday at 4:30 at De Anza Cove in Mission Bay Park. An unusual attempt to smuggle people into the U.S. was discovered in Jamul. Last Saturday, a tow truck pulling a minivan came through the border checkpoint on the 94. When an agent checked that van, they found 4 men trying to hide and sweating from the heat. All 4 were Mexican nationals here illegally. They were taken to the Border Patrol station for processing. 2 Americans in the tow truck, they were arrested.